Okay, welcome back to Mike Barra Plays PanzerCorps 2 here on the Mike Barra, what is it, 333 or Mike Barra 3 channel? I forget. Anyway, okay, we're ready for our next scenario, our next battle. We're going to continue on today now with the invasion of France, having conquered Poland and Norway for the German Empire. We're now on the brink of the invasion of France, and things are going to get a bit dicier here. Stakes are higher, things are much more important. So we split up into these two campaign paths by the two Von Butcherstein twins, Erwin Von Butcherstein and Fedor Von Butcherstein. So the general plan of attack through France is that we're going to have a distraction attack into Belgium along the same lines as the World War I attack on France, trying to sucker all of the British and French troops up into Belgium and the Netherlands to fight off the German invasion there, which would be led by by Fedor von Butcherstein, the more rugged of the twins, and then we have the daring, dashing Erwin von Butcherstein, who will take his panzers through the Ardennes forest and try to drive to the sea and cut off the British Expeditionary Force and the French troops. So, we have two missions here that we can occupy ourselves with. We have the attack on Sedan, where we have to try to break through, and the attack through Belgium. What we're going to choose today, it says Operation Fall Ghent demands a two-pronged invasion of France, while one is an outflanking attack moves through the Ardennes. That's Erwin. One diversionary attack will attack directly into Belgium. Strategic warnings are rapid blitzkrieg attacks that bypass enemy defenses needed in Sedan, and direct assaults against prepared defenses needed in Belgium. That's the mission we're going to do today, because we're going to go on the Fedor Von Butcherstein campaign path. So we're going to pick Belgium, and we're going to say accept, and it is going to bring us in to the Belgium attack screen, where we prepare our fighter units and get our briefing. So let's get our briefing from General Feld Marshal James Mason, a former British actor who played Germans all the time. Gonna pour myself a little Dr. Pepper. It's early.
Herr General, it is good to see you in Aachen once again.
Yes.
I don't have time for pleasantries, though. We have a serious situation on our hands. As you may have heard, our plans to attack the Low Countries fell into Allied hands. But it was decided that you will be attacking Belgian positions to the west regardless. But I assure you, this is no suicide mission. Rather, a clever diversion to make the enemy think they know what we are doing. To that end, you will need to launch a frontal attack against consecutive river defense lines. The first obstacle is here, on the Moose River. To assist you, a special detachment of Fallschirmjägers have been deployed to assault the fortress at Eben-Emal. After Liège, you will then need to cross the Dyle, and then approach your main objective at Brussels. Expect major resistance to your efforts, so a slow and steady advance is recommended. Only limited enemy reinforcements should interfere, though, as our main attack through the Ardennes cuts the Allied lines behind them. Fight bravely, Herr General.
I shall fight bravely. All right, that is my briefing. Basically, what we're supposed to do is cross the Meuse River here, attack the Belgian fortress at Eben-Emael, and then sweep on through to take Brussels and Antwerp and some of the other cities here in Belgium. It's not going to be an easy battle. It's going to be tough, but I have been given these special Fallschirmjäger units. Lots of paratroopers, because they're going to attack the fortress at Eben-Emael. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to set this campaign up. And that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so now what we have to do is get everything ready for this attack, and looking at how our units are spread out, we have some interesting decisions to make in terms of deployment, and we also have a bunch of new heroes to assign to our army. Okay, so first things first, let's look at the ground troops. We're allowed 3 Fallschirmjägers. We've only got 2 in the air. They're already assigned to us, and they're going to be auxiliary units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase my own Fallschirmjäger unit, and I'm going to place him in the skies, I hope, in the skies above the battlefield, and he's going to fly in here and help take this fortress, knock out this fortress at Eben Amel. The next thing to do is I've got to break through here around the heavily reinforced town of Liege and Eben Amel. I've got some French units there. I'm going to have to use my heavy infantry, my pioneer. And I'm going to have to create, I've got my grenadiers here, grenadiers. I'm going to change their camouflage so they're more easy to spot, from the standard German greenish gray to a more intriguing brown color. Okay, so that way, I'd rather have something else that's more colorful, but it's weird, when they did an update on the game, they actually took out some of the more colorful German uniforms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the grenadiers to attack here, and I'm going to use the pioneers to attack. You know what? I'm going to flip-flop that, because the pioneers are going to get to that fortress easier, I think, if they go through this direction, and the grenadiers are going to directly take on these troops here. Okay, another thing I don't have is I don't have a bridge engineer, and I think a couple of bridge engineers would come in handy, but we'll have to worry about that when the time comes. Now, in terms of artillery pieces, I'm going to focus my artillery in here. I'm going to see if I can upgrade my artillery. This is a 1821. That's a pretty good, solid attack rating. I don't think there's any better artillery here. And I've got a Stug 3, which is a new artillery unit that's just been introduced along with my Sturmpanzer. But I can't really improve on that artillery, so I'm going to use that one and deploy it right back here to help back my attack on Liege itself. I'm going to take the other artillery piece, the CM MRS-18, and I'm going to put him here to help attack. I think after we get done with the deployment phase, we'll see that there are French troops there to take on. That will be kind of a battle to deal with there that we have to focus on. And let's see what else I'm going to do in terms of distribution here. I've got the Gerbersteigers, and I've got a couple of Wehrmacht infantry. So I'm going to follow up with my regular old Wehrmacht infantry here to follow up on the attack on Liege. My Gerbersteigers, they've got a pretty good half track. They're pretty mobile. So I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them here in this attack on this French village to try to break through and head to the north and head directly for Antwerp. And I'm also going to give them the cavalry here. Yeah, I'll give them the cavalry. Mike Barrett, chat is coming live. Now, I've got my tanks here, my panzers, and they're of the older types. I'm going to see if I can upgrade those. Yes, I've got a Panzer 4D. That's going to constitute my heavy tank, even though it's not really a heavy tank, it's a medium tank. Brand new Panzer 3F. I want one of each of those, so I'm going to upgrade the 38T to my Panzer 4D. It's an infantry support tank. I'm going to put him there, and I'm going to upgrade my Panzer 35 to the new Panzer 3F type, which is more of an anti-tank Panzer. So I'm going to put them both there. That's pretty good. I don't have an anti-tank gun, so I'm going to use my 88, which will help me attack the fortress at Eben Amel. I'm going to distribute him to this battle group right here. And my recon car, I'm gonna assign the recon car over here to Antwerp. I've also got a Panzer I and a Panzer II, which are going to be used to help break through here. I'm going to put this group together to the north, and I'm going to go turn that sucker off in a second if I can. Alright, so that leaves me my air forces. I've got my BF-109E. That guy's got a combat star now, so I'm going to give him a little extra experience. I still can't upgrade to a better fighter. He's going to lead the way. And my BF-109E. I'm going to look at heroes. Do I have hero? I'm going to assign a hero to him. I got a bunch of heroes. I'm going to assign a fast learner to that one. And that means he's going to get more experience at a more rapid pace. I'm going to assign him here. I also have my strategic bomber, HE-111. That needs an upgrade. And I have I have the JU-88, which is okay, JU-88A, which is got a 14.6 hard attack, soft attack. But I've got this prototype. Dornier 217E is an 18.7. I am going to do that, and I'm going to overstrength him to 11. And see, let me see if I could shut down my Telegram chat. Mute for 2 hours. Alright, let's see if that doesn't help. So I've got that improved strategic bomber. I'm going to put him here at this airbase. Everything's going to be going through this main airbase. It looks like I can add an experience star to my Stuka dive bomber. I'm going to do that and place him here. And my BF-110C, looks like I can upgrade him to a BF-110D. It's a brand new introduction. It's a little bit better at aerial attack. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that. So that's my Air Force. It's pretty limited. I'm not going to have any air cover to the north, but I'm still short. A few units, and I have a little bit of purchasing power here. So I'm going to go add an artillery piece. I'm going to get the Stug 3B, and I'm going to add him to this northern group. It's going to go take on Antwerp. I guess I could use, what have I got? 4 slots left. 4 combat slots left. If I were to buy new equipment, I could get a Sturmpanzer. I could add another recon car. I'm going to add a Kradushkin. I'm going to add a motorcycle unit. He's a recon unit. I'm going to assign him to the northernmost group. I still have 2 slots left. Can I get more military? Well, let's see. I can get Brucken Pioneer. And it looks like an armored vehicle. Great. Okay, so I have my force here now. Now I can go and add some additional space if I want, upgrade if I want, but right now I've basically got my Panzer III, my Panzer IV, my Panzer III, my Panzer IV, my Panzer I, my Panzer II. That's it in terms of anti-tank weaponry. I don't have quite enough. I've just got my 88. I'm not a very well equipped Panzer division at this point, but I do have a couple of recon vehicles. I'm going to need those. I'd like to add some more stuff, but I'm just not going to right now. Okay, so that's where I'm at. This is what I'm going to do battle with. I'm going to end the deployment phase. Well, I'm not going to end the deployment phase yet because I have heroes to assign. I have a whole bunch more heroes. So let's take a look at the heroes we've already got on some of our units. Our artillery units don't have any heroes. This Stuk 3 is kind of an ineffective artillery piece because it has to be pushed right up against the enemy. It has to get really close to do any damage, but we can help that by assigning it a hero. A lethal attack will mean that it will take its suppression and turn it into kills, which will help it kill the enemy. And it'll help these units advance in the north towards Antwerp. So I think the plan here really is for my paratroopers to take Ebenemal, take the airfield there, and then I'm going to hop them over to help take Antwerp, because that's going to be a very, very critical port, and I'm going to need to supply my troops as I continue the advance into France. That's the plan there. Other units that may or may not need heroes. So my first pioneer, he's got crippling blow already, which is a pretty good hero. What else can I get him? AT support, lethal attack. Oh, Butcher. Actually, I'm going to assign Butcher to the 5th Grenadiers. I got my new hero, Butcher, because what a Butcher does is he gives you +5 against infantry units. This guy's going to be fighting some infantry units. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to assign lethal attack to my 2 artillery pieces here. If I can find, I've got another lethal attack there. And I think I've got one more. Yeah, Jan Jaeger. So that's going to really help my artillery in terms of their effectiveness. My anti-tank gun, my 88 anti-aircraft anti-tank gun, is not going to be too effective unless I give him some other capabilities. We're going to give him fast deployment. That means that when he rides his truck and then gets off his truck, he can fight right away. Most of the time you have to wait an extra turn, and that's not really very good most of the time. So that's assigned. What else do I have here? Do I want to give my Panzers any special hero treatment? What have I got? Fast deployment, fast learners, AT support. No, you know what? AT support's going to go to my anti-aircraft AT gun, because that's anti-tank support, and that means that if an armored unit attacks a unit adjacent to that 88, that he can fire back on him. So I'm going to give him that AT support. And then what else do I have? I have another fast deployment, which I'm going to assign to one of my artillery pieces. Basically, it just converts it into like a self-propelled artillery piece. Another fast deployment there. Yes, I do. Fast learner. Who am I going to assign that to? That's usually better for an aircraft. I'm going to give that to my strategic bomber, meaning he picks up experience quicker. My BF-110D. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to assign. Do I assign that to my Stuka? I'm going to assign it to my my strategic bomber. Okay, what else do I have? I've got a lethal attack and a scavenger left. Wow, I've got a lethal attack left? Wow. Who do I give the lethal attack capability to that I haven't given it to already? That's a pretty handy one. Turns suppression into kills. Could give you a really strong tank unit. It's usually better for support. I'm going to give that to my Stuka. I'm going to give lethal attack to my Stuka. And I'm going to give scavenger capabilities. Scavenger, what it does is it when you capture enemy units or force enemy units to surrender, you get twice as many, meaning you can then convert them for your own use. I'm going to give that to the motorcycle recon. This is better assigned to a recon unit. So there we go. All right, so now my army is ready. It doesn't have all the equipment I'd like to have, but there's limits. So, all right, let's get ready. Let's hit the end of the deployment phase. And Fedor Von Butcherstein, turn 1 out of 20. Okay, first things first, I'm going to land my Fallschirmjägers to try to attack the fortress here at Eben Amel. And they are ready. They can't do any combat. They're not ready yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my Panzer Grenadier forward, keeping in mind that he now has the Butcher hero assigned to him. So he's going to do pretty well here. I'm going to move my artillery piece forward. The question becomes, do I attack and suppress this infantry, the Belgian infantry, or do I suppress the supporting artillery piece? I think I want to attack that with my strategic bomber. Yep, I knocked him down by 4. I'm going to use the artillery to strike the Belgian infantry. I mean, I've got them surrounded, so it's only a matter of time before I take everything here. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack. Ooh, I'm going to take a 7 hit. I'm going to take 7 casualties against only 5, and I'm probably not going to be able to drive them out of there, but I'm going to do it anyway. Took a hit there. They're heavily entrenched. Going to move my Wehrmacht infantry up to support. If I force march him, I can march him around here. Now I'm going to go with the other direct attack here against the town of Maastricht. I'm going to move my Pioneer infantry forward. Right now it's a 7-8 attack. I'm going to move my artillery piece forward, hit him hard. I'm going to use my Ju-87B to strike, knock them down even further, and then I'm going to use my Pioneer infantry to try to drive them out of Maastricht, which I am successful in doing. Okay, now I've got my 2 panzers here. My Panzer IV, I can cross the river here and attack the Belgian forces at Liège. My Panzer III I can use to take Maastricht and attack that Belgian infantry. I can wipe them out. I get an overrun attack, meaning I can move forward here, and I now have the option of attacking the fortress, but it's not going to do me a whole lot of good to attack them with this tank. Maybe I'll withdraw that if I bring my 88 forward, convert it into an anti-tank gun, and use fast deployment. Yeah, that's a more effective attack. 2-2. Actually, I took him out. I had 3 kills, he got 2. That's not bad. And I have extra movement for my Panzer IIIF that I can't use. Now, my Panzer IV, I'm going to advance here, and I'm going to help attack the Belgian forces here at Liège. And wow, I took a hit, but I think I'll survive the next wave of attacks. Now I've got to protect the aircraft I have in the air from the French, because the French are bastards and they will try to attack me. Dirty, stinking French bastards. I'm going to move my Bf-110C forward and attack the hangar here at the airport around Eben Amel. I destroyed it completely. Wow, -5. And I'm going to use my 2 fighter jets to protect my Stuka and protect my strategic bomber. Okay, I think that's it. That's all the forces I have coming through the main central portion here. I've got artillery support. I'm doing good. Now, I'm going to take my Bridger and I'm going to move him over to this minor river so I can help cross. Meantime, I'm going to cross with my Panzer 2C and my Panzer 1A. Oh, I didn't upgrade him from Panzer 1A. Should have upgraded him to a Panzer 1B. I'm going to use my Stug 3 to attack this infantry unit. This is French infantry? Netherlands infantry? NL infantry. Netherlands, okay. I'm going to hit him with my Stug. See, I have to be right up against him. And then I have my choice if I can hit him with the cavalry or I can hit him with the Gerbergsjäger. The Gerbergsjäger is a better fight. Did some damage but didn't get to him, and I'm going to use my other units, my cavalry and my recon car to sweep around. The idea is going to be to surround this particular town, Roerdmund, and I'm going to move my motorcycle, recon, and my Panzer 1. I'm going to use my Panzer 1 to attack across this river. I'm going to take some hits, but I'm going to do a little more damage. Okay. Now it seems to me that I should have a little more additional support here. So I'm going to go with some auxiliary units. I'm going to call in some auxiliary units. And try to get some air support for those northern operations. That's great. Max Ox slots. I just typed it in and didn't give them a number. Slots. Okay, so I have 10 units, 6 of which are already used with the additional paratroopers they gave me. So I have 6 unit slots where I can get a strategic bomber. I'm going to go with a Ju-88A, and I'm going to upgrade him. Add him to the basket, and I'm going to go with a DO-117 and add him to the basket. I think I can do that. No. Add him to the basket as is. No. It's not going to let me do that. Okay, if I purchase that, what do I have left? I'm 9 out of 10. Okay, put him here. I'll get myself a recon plane. I'll get myself a Storch. Also add him there. Okay, so now I'm all set, ready for the Allied counterattack against my attempt to engage them around Brussels, thinking this is the major thrust of my attack. All right, Fedor Von Butcherstein, turn 2, coming up. Fucking French Air Force. Now they're going to attack my paratroopers from behind. The main thing now is I want to take out this fortress at Eben Emel, so I'm going to use my Stuka to dive bomb it. I'm going to use my 88 to damage it. I didn't do really much of any damage to that. Yeah, sorry, I did. What am I thinking? Oh, I can't redo that? Shit. Wonder what I can do with this. Panzer 3, Panzer 4, not much. I'm going to have to use my paratroopers. Ooh, I destroyed Eben Emanuel, so that's good. Eben Emel. So now I'm going to advance my Panzer III forward to attack these Belgian infantry out in the open. I'm going to use these paratroopers to take that airbase. I'm going to use these paratroopers. Now I could help with the attack on Liège here, but I'm going to try to move forward and wipe out these infantry here, this British infantry. Okay, I've got an overrun attack, which means I can swing around behind and take out this artillery piece. And I've got still another overrun where I can hit the British infantry at Liège. Okay, I'm going to use my regular infantry to come down here and take this small town. What town is that? Hoi. And I'm going to use my motorcycle scout car to take Liège. Now why do they do that? That gives me an advantage to take Liège. Gives me an advantage to resupply my grenadiers. And I'm going to move my artillery pieces forward. This artillery piece took a big hit from the French Air Force there, so I'm going to exact some revenge and attack that French aircraft and see if I can't knock him out of the sky. Now remember, I've got my two light fighters and my heavy fighter, and none of them were sufficient to take them out. Okay, I've got my two strategic bombers. I've got my DO-217E. I'm going to use him to attack the Belgian infantry there. I'm going to move the other one, which is my auxiliary plane. I'm going to move him to the forward air base, along with the Storch, to do some scouting. Okay, now I'm going to have to get some consolidation going on here. I've got my main battle force across the Meuse River, which is important, but they need to be reinforced before we advance any further. Remember, the advice from James Mason was take it slow and steady. I'm going to reinforce them. Meanwhile, in the north, I am going to simply attack with my panzers. I'm going to streak towards Antwerp. I'm going to attack these guys here, and then get my panzers as far north as I can, as far west as I can. I'm going to use my Stug 3 again here to attack that French infantry, get across the river, use the cavalry to knock him out, reinforce a Gerbertsjäger, and then I'm gonna take the town with my scout car. Okay, so I've got that campaign going. Now, what to do with this paratrooper? Well, I'm going to use him to support the attack on Antwerp. So first thing I'm going to do actually is just assign him right here to this airbase to protect him. Then I'm going to get these other two paratroopers in the air, and we're all going to go join the party over here at Antwerp. But we got to make sure that we handle the French Air Force first, which we're doing a poor job of. My BF-109Es haven't even been able to take down this measly French MS-406. Alright, any other troops that I have that I haven't used yet? No, got him. I can reinforce him, so I'm going to reinforce him back to full strength. So my Fallschirmjägers will all be in the air soon to support the attack on Antwerp. I think what we'll do is we'll move all this stuff forward to surround Antwerp and then support them with the Fallschirmjägers once we have some control of the skies. Okay, that should be it. And we're going to end turn number 2. French is going to return to his airbase. And that's it. Now the problem I have is that I don't think my fighters can reach that airbase. Oh yes, they can. Time to take you down. Motherfucker! Motherfucker! Down you go. so I'm going to reinforce that fighter. I've got clearly some anti-aircraft emplacements here. Now see, the French they're trying to tempt me. They're trying to get me to move here before I'm ready and get hit by their counterattack. I suspect they've got some units in here to counterattack me with. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get my Fallschirmjägers up in the air. Focus on Antwerp. Oh, guess what? I revealed a Belgian tank. Is that a Belgian tank? Dirty Stinking Phlegm tank, yeah. T-15. Don't know what that is, but it's something I need to be concerned about. Get my other paratrooper Fallschirmjäger up in the air. Get him over towards Antwerp. Ooh, and there is more Belgian Air Force. Not good. Not good. Okay, my 88 is going to be invaluable in fighting any tanks. So I'm going to reinforce that. I'm going to reinforce my Panzer IV. I am going to use my scout motorcycle unit. I'm going to just, if I took a pot shot. Yeah, if I took a pot shot there. I'm pretty vulnerable here, so I'm going to take this town and then I'm going to move back. Gonna move my artillery piece cautiously forward. Gonna put my Panzer III in front of that. Gonna bring up my other artillery piece. My grenadier is gonna go in front of that. My pioneer unit is gonna go in front of that. And I'm gonna scout with my Storch down into the. Oh yeah. There's the French armored response. Now my biggest problem right now is I've got these 3 Fallschirmjägers. They're out there vulnerable. I want to get them in behind the city. I'd like ideally to land one on the bridge here, one on the airport, and one supporting. But with the Belgian Air Force here, the ferry battle aircraft, I'm going to get some damage done. So that's a strategy. May or may not work. And then I have my my other units, which are going to be subject to anti-aircraft fire. Okay, look, I'm going to bring forward my Stuka. My other strategic bomber is going to be brought forward. My BF-109E just got reinforced. My BF-110C. Now, I'm going to use him to attack this Belgian tank. I've only got light panzers to go against it, and my Stug 3. I'm going to use my Panzer 2. And then my Panzer 1. Still not going to hit him. And I'm going to bring forward my armored car, and my cavalry, and my motorized Gerbexjäger. And then bring along my Bridger engineers. Okay, so I'm advancing, but I can see that I've got a significant counterattack coming up here. This BF-109 fighter is going to take a hit from this anti-aircraft. I don't know how big a hit, but it's going to hurt. So he's not going to be really useful in the next turn to fight against this Belgian Air Force. But meantime, I can advance my troops here for when everybody else catches up and we take the town of Namur, but that's going to be a little bit away. I think what I'd like to do is get my best armor and my 88 up here to this town of Hanet and let them come to me while I'm dug in. That would be the ideal thing. Alright, end of turn 3. Let's go to turn 4 and see what these dirty, stinking phlegms do. Oh, they're going to attack my infantry with my car. They took a bigger hit than I did. Oh, they're gonna bomb my Panzer 1. They're gonna attack my PF-109. Oh, they're gonna use other shitty Belgian airplanes to attack. But they're going all out. All out against my Panzer 1. Okay, well that was relatively ineffective. If I move him there, he's going to still be vulnerable. I'm going to go here to the airport and drop. I'm going to go to the airport and drop. And I'm going to take a risk and go to the bridge. Hope I don't get shot down. Meantime, I have to deal with this Panzer out here. Or this, Belgian tank, sturdy stinking phlegm tank. I'm going to use my Panzer II, see if I can't destroy him. Should be able to. Panzer II versus 14th T14. Oh, and the T14 takes a beating, and then I'm going to advance my Panzer II forward towards Antwerp. Meantime, can I take down this Belgian Air Force? Well, let's see. I don't have any really advanced fighters. Both of them are back. Can they reach him? They can barely reach him. Okay, that's a 4-0 victory, and then I'm going to use my BF-110C, BF-110D, my heavy fighter light bomber. See if I can finish him off. Yes. No, not quite. Can I get my 88 over there? Convert him to air attack. And I can get within range. Knocked him out of the sky. Good for me. Okay, gonna advance my Panzers here. Panzer III and my Panzer IV. Use my 4 to attack this anti-aircraft. Gonna use my 3. Ooh, I could attack that armored car, or I can finish off that anti-aircraft. I'm gonna finish off the anti-aircraft guy, and I get an overrun attack against the armored car. Okay, now I'm likely to get a severe brush pushback on this. I'm gonna use my motorcycle troops to see if I can't finish that sucker off. And then I'm gonna move in my artillery to attack Namur here. I'm going to use both artillery pieces, short range and a long range. And I'm going to use my best strategic bomber. And my second best strategic bomber to sort of calm that sucker down. I did some suppression there. Now I'm going to move my infantry up here to attack the town of Namur, which is now encircled. Drove them out, didn't finish them off. My Storch can't attack, so I'm just going to see what we've got here. However, my Stuka can attack. Do I want to take out the armored car or the infantry? The armored car is more valuable a target, but the infantry could make a stronger comeback. Now I'm going to set up my Pioneer and my Grenadier, or my Pioneer and my Panzer Grenadier up there behind my 88. I got to get this 88. It was very useful to knock out that airplane, but now I've got to get it down here for use in an anti-tank situation because I'm dealing with a bunch of Somas and Hotchkisses and Renault R35s and stuff, and I don't have a lot of armor to fight them off. So, all right. Meantime, my Panzer 1A took a big beating. I'm gonna upgrade him next turn. I'm going to advance my Stug 3. I'm going to advance my bridge engineers here, my Gerbergs, Jaegers, and my recon car. Okay, I think that's it. I'm moving forward pretty well, but just across the Dial River here, I've got to deal with all these French tanks, including they have a Char B1, which is a really good tank. Okay, I'm good. I'm going to end my turn here and try to take Antwerp next turn. Oh, the armored car tried to attack my Panzer III and took a beating. The French and Belgian Air Force are attacking me, as I would expect. Antwerp is counterattacking. Okay, that didn't work out so well for them. Alright, I'm going to land those paratroopers, take that bridge, so that Antwerp is effectively surrounded. I'm going to use my bridgers to cross the river. I'm going to use my Stug to weaken the Belgian infantry at Antwerp. I'm going to use my paratroopers to try to drive them out of the city. And I do that successfully. And then I'm going to march towards this town here, which is Ghent. I'm going to try to take Ghent. I'm going to use my armored car to take Antwerp. My Stug's already moved. My Panzer IV. I'm. Wow. Hi. Yeah. What do I do with my Panzer II there? Do I circle around, try to take Brussels from behind? How do I support them the best? I think I use the mobility capabilities there. I'm going to reinforce those paratroopers. I've got my Gerbergs, Jaegers here. Going to move them up here. Going to advance my Pioneers and my Grenadiers and my Panzer I. Panzer Is are useless for battle against other tanks, so I'm gonna. It would help if I didn't have a cat on my keyboard. Alright. I'm gonna move him up towards Antwerp. Try to circle around behind. Now I've got to get this 88 into play. So I'm gonna move him down and set him up. Going to reinforce that motorcycle infantry. Move my Wehrmacht infantry here. I'm going to shell the shit out of these guys first. With my 2 artillery pieces. Then attack them with my infantry. Okay, he's on a steamroller attack. Do I want to use him to do anything but steamroll? No, I'm going to use him. I'm going to move him forward to protect my interests here. Move my artillery pieces there. Actually going to move them in behind. Still vulnerable to sweeping attacks, but in other words, this tank could swing around here and hit my artillery piece the way I'm laid out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Stuka to weaken that, blunt that attack if I can. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rebase my fighters up to this air base. And the thing about this is that you can rebase and attack at the same time, which is what I'm going to do. Ooh, knocked him down, that crappy little biplane. And then what do I have here? Is this my BF-110D? I'm going to rebase him forward and hit this French bomber, the Potez 633. Alright, don't have a lot of use for the scout plane at this point, but I'm going to use him anyway, the Storch. And I've got my two strategic bombers here, my very effective one and my less effective one. I'm going to focus them over here on this Great British Infantry that is around the town of Louvain. I'm going to try to weaken them as much as I can. And their support weapons. I'm going to bring my cavalry forward as well, and my 88 I'm going to bring over and position to attack that aircraft. Alright, so now I've got a really solid armored defense here. If armor tries to attack the 88, while he's in an anti-aircraft position, he can swing down into anti-tank position, and I've got some artillery support there. And I've moved most of my planes forward. Okay, good turn. Good turn. Let's watch what the French do. And of course they're going to attack. This French tank makes a mistake. He gets hit with artillery. He gets the first shot off against my anti-aircraft, but then my 88 turns on him. Ooh, French armor taking a beating here. My artillery taking a beating. Okay, clearly this French-Belgian counterattack against my armored spearhead is the biggest thing I have to deal with. I'm going to try to take them out with my air support as best I can. Where's my BF-110D? I'm going to knock him out. And I'm going to use my artillery to weaken them. I'm going to use my 88, going to convert him to anti-tank mode. Going to take out that weak tank there. I'm going to use my Panzer IIIF to destroy that tank. And then I'm going to overrun him, sweep around, and destroy that Hotchkiss H-35. And I can still go on from here. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to attack this artillery because I'm going to get daring here. Fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the bold. Okay. French made a big mistake with that counterattack. I'm going to reinforce my fighters, even though I'd like to finish off that French aircraft. Maybe I'll send one of my BF-109s out there just to beat him down a little bit more. Going to reinforce my French my Wehrmacht infantry. motorcycle infantry. Actually, I'm going to move him down this way. And I can reinforce him at the end. My 88, what do I do with him? I'm going to move him down here. I'm going to move my artillery forward. He's fired a lot. I'm going to blast that infantry, and then I'm going to hit him with my strategic bombers, my heavy bombers, to weaken them and make them think twice about attacking me. I'm going to try to take the town of, what town is this? Yeah, Louvain. Going to try to take it with my Panzer Grenadier. I'm going to move my Pioneer in and attack that anti-aircraft or that anti-tank gun. I'm going to move my Bridgers over there. Actually, that doesn't work. Actually, you know what I should do here? Let me do this. Let me reverse this. I should cross the Gerbexjagers there, and then move down and attack that anti-tank gun. Move my cavalry up to cross that bridge, cross that river when the chance arrives. Not going to do me a lot of good. I guess I'll move my Panzer Grenadier there to keep these French troops from counterattacking my artillery piece. Send my Starch out, and I've still got my Panzer IV, and I'm going to attack that artillery piece. Okay, I would say if I was the French and Belgians, I took a hell of a beating on that. Alright, meantime, let's move forward here, attacking Antwerp from behind. Move my Stug forward. I'm going to reinforce these Fallschirmjägers, and I'm going to launch these Fallschirmjägers into the air and get them in a position to surround this tiny Belgian town, dirty stinking phlegm town of Ghent. Got my recon car, got my Panzer 1A, which ought to at least be upgraded to a Panzer 1B. I think that's it. I'm not going to attack here. I'm going to let them attack me. But things are starting to shape up. Looks like Brussels is in a little bit of trouble here. All right. French try to bomb my Panzer IV. Good luck with that. Forward and attack my motorcycle recon unit. Gonna bring this other Panzer forward to attack my Bridger. It's not gonna do you any good, pal. I've already crossed the river, so I really want to take out my 88. But I don't care. I'm gonna reinforce my 88. I'm gonna move my anti-armor artillery forward. I'm gonna move my motorcycle infantry forward and reinforce that. I'm going to move my Wehrmacht infantry on foot forward. Going to attack what's left of the French Air Force. Take it out. I'm going to use my Stuka on this remaining French Char B1, which is their best tank, by the way. I'm going to use my BF-110D to hit the anti-aircraft or anti-tank gun. Try to weaken that. That just didn't work out very well for you. That aggressive counterattack stuff, just you should have laid off that. Going to soften up the enemy here at the river crossing at the town of Wavre. Favre, same thing. going to use my DO-217E. Do I take out the... I'm going to take out the anti-aircraft gun. I'm going to use my artillery to soften up Wavre. I'm going to use my Panzer Grenadier to take Wavre. Forward there, and then I'm gonna try to hit these French tanks with my own armor, and maybe the cavalry can finish him off along the river where he's vulnerable. Yes. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my pioneer there and reinforce them. I'm going to use my Gerbergsteiger, my elite mountain infantry, to continue to attack that artillery piece. Do I have any aircraft left? Just the Storch. I'm going to drop my paratroopers to ensure the encirclement. Gonna hit them with my Stug. Try to weaken them. Because I want this. I need to take this town of Ghent. I'm gonna use my Panzer II. Wow, he's gonna take a big hit if I do that. But I'm gonna do it anyway just to make them use up some ammunition. And then I'm going to move my Fallschirmjäger in to attack from that side. And my other Fallschirmjäger to attack from the other side. Going to cross with my Panzer 1A. And try to get into Brussels from behind. Brussels I've got surrounded now. Brussels is in big trouble. Okay, what other units have I not moved yet? Fedor is doing a great job here. So I'm going to take Ghent next. Between my paratroopers and my Stug and my recon car, I'm gonna hit them hard. Save Brussels for last, right? Maubeuge is also going to be on my list. Okay, how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to start with our best strategic bomber. DO-217 is going to hit Brussels. Knocked him down quite a few notches. Going to advance my Grenadiers. Going to use my Gerbergsteigers to see if I move them there, and my cavalry to attack these assets from behind. I'm going to use my Stuka to hit that tank again. I use my other heavy bomber to weaken this anti-tank gun. Ouch. And I'm going to hit him with my Panzer 1A. Yeah, it was a losing battle for me, but it worked. Going to advance my artillery piece here to attack. Yeah, I'm going to use it on that anti-tank gun. I'm going to use my Grenadier unit. Wow, still didn't take him out. Okay. Going to take a hit with my Panzer IV from the anti-tank support, but I'm going to blast him and then head down and try to cut off this French tank unit from retreating. And I'm going to use my other Panzer III to attack him from behind. Meantime, I'm going to use my Pioneer unit to advance and take Brussels. So I've just got to finish off this anti-tank unit, and Brussels is mine. Now, in terms of Ghent, go to Stugham. Going to attack with my paratroopers. Going to attack with my other paratroopers. Going to attack with my other paratroopers and just about hopefully knock these guys out. And then take the town of Ghent with my Panzer II and finish them off. They're done. Alright, now I'm going to use my armored car to swing around the backside of Maubeuge. Maubeuge. Okay, so what's happening here is that if I use this Panzer III to attack this Charby 1, I'm going to get counter battery fire from this anti-tank gun. So what I need to do here is see what I can do to weaken that anti-tank gun. I could strafe it with a fighter, or I could hit it with my BF-110D, which is going to be more effective. And I'm also going to try to use my motorcycle recon. Good stuff. Now I can hit him with my Panzer III, which has still got a pussy-ass weak little 37mm anti-tank gun. And then I can use my 88 to hopefully finish him off. Down he goes. And then I'm going to use my motorcycle recon unit to take that town and advance on my final objective. Okay, I'm going to advance the French troops forward. I'm going to advance the artillery forward. And because it's got fast deployment, I can not only move it, I can then move it and fire. I can reinforce my planes. And I'm going to rebase that fighter there. My storage is just kind of useless at this point. Okay, so I've just about got this battle completely won. Fedor has done an awesome job executing here. Okay, gonna hit that with an artillery piece, my Gerbergsjäger. They're becoming pretty useful, those Gerbergsjäger guys. And I'm going to march my paratroopers down. Everybody else needs reinforcements. I'm going to take Maubeuge. And I'm going to start shelling him from a distance while I move my troops forward slowly but surely. My grenadiers, going to reinforce them, going to reinforce my pioneers. To send my cavalry down, gonna reinforce my Panzer. My Panzer 1A, I could actually upgrade him. If I can get him to an upgrade. Hex, I think that one. I know, Brussels I could, because I want to upgrade him from a Panzer 1A. Meantime, I'm gonna reinforce everything else that needs reinforcement. This is my Ju-88A, that's my best strategic bomber. I'm going to leave him there. Okay, everything's looking good. I've just about got these guys on the ropes. Everything reinforced, and I'm going to end this turn. Okay. Going to get everything back up to full strength. Artillery piece, gonna hit him with that, gonna hit him with that, bomb him. Now let's see if I can upgrade. next turn. See if I can upgrade that Panzer 1. Okay. Ooh, he's going to fight back, but he ended up destroying himself, so that's ready for me to take it anytime. First, I want to check on this. Fedor Von Butcherstein, can I upgrade that Panzer 1A to something else? I can. I can go with Panzer 3F, Panzer 2C. I'm going to upgrade him from a Panzer 1A. I could go to a Panzer 1B, which would be a big improvement, both in soft and hard attack. Or I can go to a Panzer 2C. So I want to go with another Panzer. Oh, it won't let me upgrade? What? I can upgrade to a Panzer 1B. Okay, that's what I will do. I guess it's without increasing my any of my unit slots. All right, victory in Belgium is mine. Thanks for watching. Next up is going to be Erwin von Butcherstein's sweep through the Ardennes forest. Have a great one. Thanks. Bye.